Are you into retro gaming? And check out Retro Million on Instagram to view the collection. What's up, everybody? NexxDjinnGamer here with Call Center Friday episode 3, where I talk about some interesting things about the experiences I go through at call centers, or I guess not call centers, but working at a call center, the things I run into, the customers I talk to, and the awkward, funny situations I run into. It's kind of crazy, some of the things I ran into this week. I actually got all the way through the week to Thursday, right? And so I actually work, I have Monday through Friday, or weekends off, right? So which is cool. I finally got, my dream job shift, I guess you can say, weekends off, which is cool. I'm excited with that. And anyways, I got all the way down to Thursday, and I was just like, damn, no crazy customers, no nothing. Like, it was just like, common stuff, just customers call to make a payment, customers call to make a plan change, or, just anything else that's super easy, like a device swap, anything like that, That's what I've been running through all the way up until Thursday. Then I get this was around, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours before I went home. This chick called, right? Can you guys imagine, anyone who's really tech savvy that knows a lot about technology and everything, can y'all, I don't know, maybe I wasn't explaining it correctly. This, okay, so on the network, right? Like I said before, I'm not going to say whatever it is, but I'm sure maybe some people could figure it out. Anyways, on the network, the prepaid doesn't have 4G, right? So on the phones, of course, like when you turn on your data, it says 3G up at the top. Y'all know if you have an Android phone or whatever, and you all see, the 3G. Unless, it's a 4G enabled phone. Anyways, so she's on a plan where she gets 4 gigabytes of data, right? And so she called in. First, she started off, she's just like, she was calm, pretty collected throughout the whole call until I got later in. But anyways, at the beginning of the call, she's like, hey, I wanted to see what plan I was on because I, on my phone, on the top of it, it says 3G. And I've been paying for 4G. Like the $70 for 4G, and I was just like, okay. So obviously, right off the bat, I knew exactly what she was talking about, and I knew where the mistake happened. Like where she was misunderstanding the actual, concept of, the 4 gigabytes, compared to the 3G, the third generation, and it's so difficult. Like, the way I explained it personally, I was just like, yeah, and on your plan that you're on, you get the 4 gigabytes, which is the 4 GB, which is actually, how much data you have to stream, emails, web pages, Facebook, all that kind of fun stuff, YouTube videos, everything like that. That's what your 4G gets you. That's what your 4 GB gets you, the 4 gigabytes. That's your data allowance. Whereas the 3G at the top of the phone, that's how, that's your connection speed. Whereas, the prepaid doesn't actually have access to the 4G network, at least just yet, which is, it was, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't explaining it correctly, or I don't even know if there is a right way to explain it to a non-tech savvy person who would actually understand it. Of course, if it was in person, I could have done like an illustration or something like that, some kind of shit to just get the point across that she would be able to get it. But over the phone, it is one of the hardest fucking things you can do, is try to explain to somebody who's not tech savvy some tech savvy shit. And that's not even that complicated, honestly. 3G to 3GB, like that's just common sense in technology kind of talk or whatever. Just 4 gigabytes, third generation connection on the data. I don't know. It's so common sense to me. I guess I don't know how to explain it. I don't even know, to be honest. I don't. And so the other guy I ran into, this guy, he called in. This was actually today, so Friday, and this was about, pretty well into my shift. I think it was after lunchtime. Guy calls in, and I guess he had been talking to some other representative earlier that day. And it couldn't have been that long, because this man was heated, and heated by this man was furious. Like, this man was going at it, wouldn't even stop. Not even joking, no exaggeration even in this story. This man was on a ramble for about 6 to 6.5 minutes, pissed the hell off, yelling at me because of the disrespect that another representative did just seconds ago, minutes ago, whenever this was. Basically, the guy called in, and I guess he's some 22-year-old guy. It ended up being cool at the end, but at the beginning of the call, all the way, 6.5 minutes in, to 6 minutes in, however long it was, this man was roasting the hell out of everybody, everything. basically, I guess 22-year-old guy, right? I guess he was an army veteran. When this man, okay, maybe not army, maybe Marines. I think he said. It's funny, I can't remember because he was going for a while. Anyways, Marines, I guess, is what he was in, and he was just going at it. I guess the person he talked to earlier, I guess he records music as well, so he's a music artist, if that's what he's, into. And I don't know how hard, he's going with the music, but he seems to be at least in his image, a great musician, or a great music artist, or something like that. Anyways, he started off, just screaming and yelling. He's like, man, I worked my ass off for this country, I sacrificed everything for this country and blah blah blah. Like, this man was a patriot to the definition of patriot. Like, that man might as well be going out to the field to play football. That's what I mean, patriot wise. Like, that man is a hardcore, like, U.S. holding it down. I mean, I get it, that's cool, respect, like, with all that kind of stuff, but damn, man, like, no need to think you're higher than everybody else in the country just because you fought for the country. I mean, I get it. Yet I don't get it because I never fought for the country. That'd be cool, to hold it down and all that kind of stuff, go to war, but I don't know. But anyways, the guy starts rambling on, 6.5-minute story about, like, he starts off, he's like, anyway, yeah, back to the recording. Anyways, so when the first, call starts, I guess, with this other chick, he mentions, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to be recording this call because, of course, at a call center, all calls are recorded. So, he starts off the call by saying, hey, I'm recording this call and blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, you got the mic? Like, he was talking to somebody else by him, like a friend or something. He's like, hey, man, you got the mic turned on? Hold on, sir. Let me go ahead and play this mic here and start recording. And I was just sitting there, I was like, okay. Because honestly, I don't know the rules. I don't really care. But I guess the person he was talking to before, he said that too. She hung up. I guess she's like, well, if you're recording, sir, I'm going to release the call. And that's what started his rage. He called back and he's like, you're spitting on my family because you're hanging up on me, and you're spitting on my family, and you're spitting on what my father and grandfather have done for this country and what I've done for this country. Going at it. I just sat back. I mean, 6.5-minute story of all that. I don't know what to say. So I'm just sitting back and I'm just like, okay, I'll let him go for it. And this man, I swear, it sounded like a damn Call of Duty game, like the way his life was going. Actually, probably even more savage than that. Like, he might as well be living in some kind of third world country, I guess, is where he was at. I guess he said he was in Iran, which is crazy. I mean, if the stories he was telling was true, that happened over there, that's some savage shit. Basically, he started off, he's like, I lost a leg. I only have one leg now. I was, held captive, and I had to, they sawed off my leg right in front of me while I was awake, and I was just like, damn, that's enough. Like, that would piss me off. I can't imagine, getting my leg chopped the hell off, right in front of me while being awake. Like, that's some savage shit. I mean, we have some, pretty modern medicine that could, I think, put you out, in order to get your leg chopped off. I mean, especially because he's only 22, so it couldn't have been that long ago. And I don't know. I mean, and then the other thing is, he said, my wife and kids, were killed right in front of me too. And I guess he was saying something about how they got brought into a room and fucking shot in the head. I guess, is that what he said? Shot in the head. Like, that's exactly what he said to me on the phone. I was like, damn. Honestly, I can't really think of what to say to those calls. Honestly, I mean, these people are just, I don't know. Maybe he was just, but at the end of the call, he ended up being cool. He's like, sorry, man, it's just sometimes I forget and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, all right, no, it's cool, man. It's fine, I really don't care. It's not going to bug me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for these stories this week. I mean, kind of crazy. I mean, honestly, I think these were some of the craziest. And, of course, next week I'll go ahead and pick up on a couple of different calls that happen next week. Hopefully they're even crazier and more dramatic, and, see how it goes. And, like, if you guys have, work for, like, customer service, of course, most jobs out there are customer service. But let me know, like, leave a comment on what you've experienced while working in customer service, or, just any kind of stories on customer service. I'd be happy to hear. I'm really interested in it to see exactly what kind of crazy stuff is going on with you guys. And, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, comment, all that kind of fun stuff. I don't even know what to say. Just like, dislike, comment on what you did or didn't like. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching. This is Call Center Friday, episode 3. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned. I appreciate that. Catch you guys next Friday with another gameplay video and some more crazy stories, of course. See you guys later. This is NexxDjinnGamer signing off.